I think we all want to live a long, full life. But the truth is, longevity isn't just about luck or genetics. It's about the choices that you make day in and day out that either add years to your life or quietly take them away. Think of your life like a bank account. Every healthy choice is like making a deposit, and every harmful choice is like taking a withdrawal. Over time, those deposits start to add up, and when you make enough of them, you're not just living longer, you're living better. Longevity isn't just about being alive at 90. It's about being vibrant at 90. It's about having the energy to travel or to play with your grandkids or to chase a dream that you still have. And the best part is you don't have to turn your life upside down. Small, consistent actions have the biggest impact. Start with your fuel. Think of your body as a machine. Even the best machines will break down if they're fed junk. So think of more whole foods, more vegetables, more water, and less processed foods. It's not about perfection, it's about patterns. If most of your meals are nourishing, your body will thank you in the long run. Next, think about movement, because our bodies were made to move, not just in the gym, but every single day. Think of the little things like stretching in the morning, going for a walk after dinner, or taking the stairs instead of the elevator. You don't need a six-pack to be healthy, but you just need to stay active long enough to remind the muscles, the joints in our heart what they're here to do. Then there's rest. You can eat all the kale there is, you can walk all the miles you want, but if you're living in a constant state of exhaustion, your body is quietly burning out. Sleep is when the body repairs, it rebuilds and resets. Protect it, guard it like it's gold, because it is. And let's not forget about stress, because chronic stress is one of the fastest ways to shorten your lifespan. And I know that we can't eliminate stress altogether, that is not reality, but we can learn how to manage it. Breathe deeper. Say no to things that drain you. Laugh more. Spend time with people who uplift you rather than bring you down. And finally, wake up with a little bit of purpose. The people who live the longest aren't just healthy in body, they're healthy in mind. They wake up with something to look forward to. Maybe it's a project, maybe it's volunteering, maybe it's learning something new. Purpose keeps your mind sharp and your spirit alive. Here's the thing, longevity is a daily choice. It's not a someday goal. It's choosing water over soda. It's walking instead of sitting still for hours. It's going to bed early instead of scrolling late into the night. All of these things start to stack up. You don't have to overhaul everything all at once. Pick one thing, add an extra glass of water, add 10 minutes to your walk, go to bed 30 minutes earlier. Let one win start to create momentum, and then stack the next win on top of that. A long, healthy life isn't built in one moment. It's literally built in the thousands of choices you're making. So ask yourself, what choice can I make today that my future self will thank me for? Your future isn't waiting for some big, dramatic transformation. It's being shaped today by the small choices that you're making. And the sooner you start making better choices, the more life you'll get to live. Not just in years, but in quality. Longevity isn't about counting days. It's about making your days count. And that starts right now. You say you'd do anything for your kids. You'd fight for them, protect them, stay up all night when they're sick, work yourself to the bone so they never go without. But let me ask you something. Will you drink more water? Will you get enough sleep? Will you put your phone down and go for a walk? Will you stop eating food that steals your energy? Will you move your body and exercise so you don't burn out by 2 p.m.? Will you do those things? Because doing anything doesn't just mean the big sacrifices. It means the small, daily disciplines that no one claps for, but your kids notice. They see everything. The way you talk about yourself, the way you handle stress, the way you treat your body, the way you show up when things get hard. You're not just raising kids, you're shaping the definition of normal for someone else's life. Your energy affects them. Your mood affects them. Your habits affect them too. So when you say, I don't have time to take care of myself, what they hear is, being a parent means falling apart slowly and calling it love. But what if you showed them something better? What if you taught them that love includes self-respect? That taking care of others starts with taking care of yourself? What if you became the living, breathing example of balance, health, patience, and strength? Because your kids don't need a perfect parent, they need a present one, a healthy one with enough emotional bandwidth to listen and enough physical energy to show up. And I know it's not easy. You're tired. You've got work, chores, bills, and expectations. But you're not doing this instead of being a parent. You're doing this because you are one. Wake up a little earlier. Stretch while the coffee brews. Go for a walk instead of scrolling. Eat food that fuels you, not numbs you. Set boundaries. Say no to what drains you and yes to what builds you. It's not about becoming someone else. It's about returning to who you are when you're not stretched too thin. That version of you, the one who feels strong, steady, clear-minded, that's who your kids deserve. And that's what you deserve too. You don't need to be a fitness model. You don't need to be perfect, but you do need to be honest. If you say you do anything for them, then do the hard thing for you. The thing that doesn't get posted, the thing that no one else may see. Heal, grow, move, breathe. Speak kindly to yourself. Sleep, hydrate, fuel your body. Protect your peace. Do the things that give your children more of you, not just what's left of you. Because when your child looks back one day, they won't just remember the toys or the bedtime stories. They'll remember how you carried yourself. They'll remember what love looked like in action. And they'll learn to love themselves the same way. You say you'd do anything for your kids? Do this. Don't get over-focused on the finish line. Everybody wants results. Everybody wants the win, the trophy, the body, the money, the recognition. And yet most people stay stuck. Not because they don't have the talent, but because they're too focused on the outcome and not focused enough on the process. You see, results don't show up overnight. They're built quietly, in the dark, one choice at a time. And when you obsess over the finish line, you miss what really matters. It's the steps that get you there. You can't control when the outcome shows up, but you can control how focused, intentional, and consistent you are. The process is what shapes you. It's where the discipline is built. It's where you learn how to handle pressure, bounce back from setbacks, and sharpen your skills. And if you skip the process, you skip the growth. And without growth, any win you get won't last. If you want to achieve more, stop chasing the end result like it's the prize. Start falling in love with what gets you there. And that means showing up even when you don't feel like it. That means doing the boring work when no one's watching. That means sticking to the plan even when progress is invisible. Most people quit not because they weren't capable, but because they couldn't stay consistent through the slow part. And that's where the magic is. That's where the transformation happens. If your goal is to run a marathon, your job isn't to obsess over race day. Your job is to lace up your shoes today. Your job is to do the run, eat the right food, stretch, rest, and repeat. If you do that long enough, race days take care of themselves. If your goal is to write a book, your job isn't to visualize a bestseller every day. Your job is to write 500 words every day. Good ones, bad ones, it doesn't matter. Just keep writing, because that's the process. And if you show up for the process, the book gets written. But here's the key. You've got to stop tying your self-worth to results you can't control. You are not your follower count. You are not your paycheck. You are not your outcome. You are your effort. You are your habits, and you are your focus. This is what separates the elite from the average. Process-focused people trust that their effort will pay off, even when they don't see immediate returns. They understand that success is a delayed reaction to consistent action. So if you're feeling frustrated, if you're stuck in that "why isn't this happening yet" loop, check your focus. Are you obsessing over the finish line, or are you locked into the next step, the next call, or the next opportunity to improve? If you want a better life, then build better systems. If you want more peace of mind, then let go of the outcome and give everything to the moment you're in. And when it gets hard, and I know it will, don't look ahead, don't look back, just look at the step you're on and take it with everything you've got. Because in the end, the person who wins isn't the one who had the best plan. It's the one who worked the plan the best. The one who showed up day after day, even when it was hard, even when it felt like nothing was happening. Just trust the process, stick with it, and you'll be amazed at what stacks up when you stay focused on what really matters. Your potential isn't set in stone. What you know, what you're capable of, and who you can become, it's not limited to what you were born with. The greatest separator between those who achieve extraordinary things and those who don't isn't talent, it's mindset. And the mindset that drives success, resilience, and constant improvement is the growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that abilities can be developed through dedication and effort. It's understanding that failure isn't a dead end, it's feedback. It's seeing challenges not as roadblocks, but as obstacles to overcome. It's choosing to learn from mistakes rather than letting them define you. Many people operate with the fixed mindset. It's believing their intelligence, talents, and abilities are set at birth. They avoid challenges, fearing failure will expose their shortcomings. They see effort as pointless if they don't succeed immediately. They view feedback as criticism instead of an opportunity to improve. On the other hand, a person with a growth mindset sees setbacks as just part of the journey. They embrace what's difficult because they understand that struggle leads to progress. They actively seek out feedback, not to validate their worth, but to refine their approach. They don't fear being bad at something new. They see it as a challenge to get better. If you've spent years operating with a fixed mindset, don't worry, change is possible. So here's how to start shifting your perspective. First, reframe failure as a lesson. Every mistake carries a lesson if you're willing to learn from it. The most successful people aren't those who never fail, but those who refuse to let failure define them. Instead of saying "I failed," say "I learned." Challenge your own limiting beliefs. Stop telling yourself you can't do. Instead, start asking, how can I improve? Talent might open doors, but perseverance is what keeps them open. Whatever skill you want to develop, it's consistent effort that'll get you there. Embrace the process. Growth doesn't happen overnight. Progress isn't always linear. Some days you'll feel like you're moving backward. That's normal. But if you stay committed, keep learning, and refuse to quit, you'll look back and realize how far you've come. Surround yourself with the right people. Mindsets are contagious. If you spend time around people who complain, make excuses, and accept mediocrity, you'll absorb that mentality. But if you surround yourself with those who push themselves, who embrace discomfort, who keep striving, you'll be influenced in the best way possible. Speak to yourself like you would a friend. Your inner dialogue matters. If you constantly tell yourself that you're not good enough, you're wiring your brain to believe it. Instead of saying, I'll never be able to do this, shift to, I'm not there yet, but I'm getting better every day. Life isn't about being perfect. It's about improving. It's about evolving, stretching yourself, and becoming someone greater than you were yesterday. A growth mindset doesn't just lead to success, it leads to resilience, confidence, and the ability to adapt in an ever-changing world. So the next time you're faced with a challenge, ask yourself, am I going to let this defeat me, or am I going to grow from it? The choice is always yours. The most powerful thing about a growth mindset is that once you adopt it, the possibilities are endless. Your story isn't finished, it's still being written, and you hold the pen. We tend to think that growth is always about more, adding new skills, gaining new experiences, meeting new people, and climbing to higher places. But sometimes growth isn't about addition at all. Sometimes it's about deletion. It's about releasing the things that weigh us down so we can rise to our full potential. You see, we all carry things that no longer serve us. Maybe it's an old habit that keeps pulling you back to square one. Maybe it's a version of yourself you've outgrown, a version rooted in self-doubt, fear, and limiting beliefs. Or maybe it's a relationship that drains you instead of lifting you up. Whatever it is, holding on to it is like trying to run a marathon with a backpack full of rocks. You're still moving, but the weight is slowing you down. Truth is, you can't step into what you're meant to be if you're still holding on to who you used to be. Think about a tree in autumn. It doesn't fight to hold on to its leaves. It doesn't fear letting go. It trusts the process. It knows that shedding the old makes way for the new. Because without letting go, there's no space for spring to bring new life. Growth works the same way for us. To move forward, we have to let go of what's behind. Let go of that old story you keep telling yourself about why you're not good enough. Let go of the toxic relationships that make you shrink. Let go of the comfort zone that feels safe, but it's actually suffocating. And sometimes you have to let go of the very dream you thought would define you to make room for the new one that will transform you. But letting go isn't easy because we cling to the familiarity, even when it hurts, out of fear of the unknown. But let me ask you this, what's scarier? Letting go of what's holding you back or staying stuck in the same place forever? Imagine a hot air balloon. The only way it rises is by releasing its sandbags, those heavy weights that keep it tethered to the ground. The moment it lets go, it soars. And the same goes for you. Your potential isn't something you need to chase. It's already within you. You just have to drop those weights. Take a moment and ask yourself, what do I need to let go of? What habits, relationships, or versions of myself are keeping me grounded? And be honest. Because the first step to freedom is recognizing what's holding you captive. And once you see it, you can decide, right here, right now, that you won't let it define you anymore. You're allowed to let go of the past. You're allowed to outgrow the old version of yourself. You're allowed to walk away from people or places that no longer align with your purpose. And you're allowed to step into the new, even if it's uncertain, even if it's uncomfortable, because that's where growth lies. At the end of the day, you get to decide whether you'll stay weighed down or rise. The choice is yours. Let go of the fear, let go of the excuses, let go of anything that's holding you back, because your future is waiting. And it's lighter, brighter, and more beautiful than you can imagine. But first, you have to release what no longer belongs. Every great achievement begins with a decision to persist, no matter how tough the road becomes. Right now, you might be feeling stuck, like your efforts aren't paying off, like the finish line is a distant dream. But remember, you're still in motion. You're still on the path. This moment, this struggle, it's just part of the process. It's not a signal to stop. It's a reminder that you're building the strength you'll need for what lies ahead. The journey to your goals was never meant to be easy. Obstacles and challenges are not there to defeat you. They're there to build you. Every barrier you face is shaping you into the person capable of achieving what you're working toward. You're not just aiming for success. You're becoming someone who embodies resilience, determination, and grit. Those qualities aren't given, they're earned through the trials of perseverance. Progress doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it's slow, almost imperceptible. But it's happening, like a foundation being laid beneath the surface. The effort you're putting in now is setting the stage for something extraordinary. Even when it feels like you're standing still, you're preparing for the leap forward that will come. Keep going, even when it's hard to see the results. Trust that your consistent effort is building your future. You may feel tempted to quit. The thought of easing the struggle, of taking the pressure off, can be alluring. But we know that stepping back will not bring you closer to the life you've envisioned. You're just being tested. Regret is heavier than any challenge you're facing right now. If you stop, you'll never know what could have been. If you continue, well, then the possibilities are endless. Understand that the most inspiring stories aren't about smooth roads and easy wins. They're about perseverance. They're about people who faced incredible odds and kept pushing forward, who refused to let temporary defeats define them. Your story has the same potential. The struggle you're enduring will one day be a part of your journey that inspires others. When you feel your resolve wavering, reconnect with your vision. Picture what you're working toward. Hold on to the spark that started this journey. Let that drive push you forward when momentum wanes. Success is not reserved for those who have the easiest path. It's for those who refuse to quit. Every day you choose to persist, you're getting closer. Every effort, no matter how small, it's progress. You may not be there yet, but you're further ahead than we were yesterday. Keep your focus on the direction you're headed, not the distance left to travel. The journey is shaping you, strengthening you, and preparing you for what's to come. The path is still yours to take. The goals you've set are still waiting for you. You're capable of enduring more than you think and achieving more than you've imagined. So keep going, keep climbing. You're not there yet, but you're closer than you've ever been.